Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SYLBOURNE Show, and I'm your host, SYLBOURNE Sidiel. Joining us today, we have a man who is not only an IT and media expert, but one who holds the position of director in a number of engaging organizations, but is also a self-proclaimed entertainment surgeon, Mr. KHORI Hyde. But if he's a surgeon, he must be a doctor.
Everybody, it's time to party. Everybody, get ready to party. Everybody, it's time to party. Everybody, get ready to party. Yeah.
Hype TV, welcome to Brit Jam. We are in Oterius. I brought a crew down, and definitely you are seeing the hype. This is a revolution of something brand spanking new. So big respect to all the sponsors, everybody responsible, DJ Face and the whole crew, Special Selections crew. This is how we do from yard to broad, right? Your boy Dr. Hyde, we say, all right, we're going to do this thing in Oterius. So we're thinking, where can we do this in Oterius? After you've climbed the falls, we say blitz. On top of the roof, look at the skies, look at the backdrop. Mad. Look at the beautiful ladies. This is Brit Jam. This is how we do. This is how we do. And we're going to do this for years to come. Big respect to every single soul. My crew, entertainment surgery crew to the world. Right? Listen, Brit Jam ain't normal.
Dr. Hyde, welcome to the club.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show. I'm saying welcome to the club, because normally that's where you perform the entertainment.
I suppose it's professionals. Welcome to the professional club. All right, yeah, I'll take that.
Listen, it's nice having you on the show.
I'm a person.
Listen, can you explain to the audience and to myself, what is an entertainment surgery?
The entertainment surgery. All right. Have you ever been bored, SYLBOURNE?
Yes, I've been bored once in a few times in my life.
Have you ever looked at your screen, listened to some music, listened to a show and say, hey, can't be bothered, dog, and you identify issues with that production?
Maybe not identify the issues, but turn it off and say, I can't.
That's
over, yeah.
All right. So that's where the entertainment surgery comes in.
Yeah.
Instead of getting people to switch off, what we do, we fix those issues before it actually comes to your ears or your sight.
Yeah.
Right? So a young entrepreneur might have a great product, a great show to produce, and we look at the layout, the elements that he needs or she needs to put together so that it's produced properly.
Yeah.
And we say, all right, you need to get rid of this, you need to add this, right? So what we do, we diagnose what you have in front of
like
you.
A scatter,
right, exactly. Right, and we
like
look at the profile and we
Yes.
forecast the reach,
Yeah.
and we say, well, you need to add this element, you need to get rid of that element, right, for it to work and to have a captive audience and to be sustainable, basically. So that's what the entertainment search is.
So with my rapping tune, which I'm making, you know, I mean, everybody know I'm making a rapping tune. I mean, how can you dissect that if it gets boring?
First, you have to listen, develop your flow, get your bars together, and we can work on something.
Well, I guess we won't need an entertainment surgery then, because it's perfect.
Well, that's the first mistake people make. You understand? You know, so they think everything is perfect without actually asking or second guessing or proofreading, that sort of thing, so to speak.
Good. Fantastic. Now we know what an entertainment surgery is. Now, you also associate with a number of organizations like YOUNG, which is a youth organization undertaking national growth, Jamaica Inspired UK, which is an organization called Jam in UK, and also Brit Jam, and also the Jamaica Basic School Foundation. Now, there's also ES Multimedia. Are these all entwined or you know, from KHORI?
Yes, yeah. And we'll start with the Jamaica Basic Schools Foundation, which is a wonderful organization. They've been in existence over, pretty close to 20 years. This year is their 20th anniversary.
Okay.
All right. So, when you're looking at, an organization that develops young minds, this is the future leaders, right? And especially the country that I'm from, Jamaica, right, where the emphasis is on a Vision 2030, where Jamaica should be able to sustain development. You must be able to live there. It must be crime-free. The holistic base.
Or should be a fully developed country by that time.
Exactly, right? You have to start with the young ones, right? So that's where my interests will have to go, right? And currently, because I am doing the early years degree, right, to make sure that I am certified and I have a qualified approach to doing this, it sets it up nicely for the AS Multimedia now, where we'll be using IT skills, right, to make sure that everybody is aligned with what we call the information technology revolution, right? Everybody knows how to communicate, right, in an effective way. Because so often, you know, third world countries are marginalized by inadequate internet services.
So therefore, it is completely revolutionized. See, that's very interesting, Khori. I mean, there's much more to dig in. And being a Jamaican in the UK, you got Brit Jam. Let's focus on Brit Jam, which is what we know about like a spring break experience. How does it work in linking the Jamaicans in Jamaica to Jamaicans in the UK? What is it about?
All right, let's bear in mind that we have to link all the organizations that I'm involved in, right? Brit Jam, because we cater for the youth tourist market, right? Tourists on a whole, they go to Jamaica to enjoy the shores, right? And it's a bragging right for them because a lot of tourists, they have Jamaica on their bucket list. They have to go to Jamaica, right? So it has been transcended onto the younger Jamaica to aspire to also go to Jamaica. But from the diaspora point of view, these are people who are, you know, are Jamaicans in their own right, right? They're second, third, and fourth generation people, right? Now, in addition to having the tourist experience, the legacy and the bragging rights that, hey, I am going to Jamaica also as a Jamaican. So where Brit Jam comes in, we offer what we call the cultural experience and the education in Jamaica. So when they do go to Jamaica, they will see areas that their skill set really match. So if I'm in education, we will take them close to a school.
Khori, I typed Brit Jam into YouTube and I saw a lot of parties.
Right.
You know, some parties, you know what I'm saying?
Great parties, of course.
You know, and some might get the impression that it's about party. Is it sold very effectively that other cultural side, or is it displaying that the culture is about party? I'm not going to go into the
No. But it's interesting that you asked it, SYLBOURNE, because we have to really argue the point of what a party is. You know, you feel a need to entertain yourself and really kick off your shoes and, you know, let your hair down because it's very, very stressful from in the country you're coming from, right? And you want escapism. So when you go to Jamaica, you're not looking to be in a hotel room and watch television for seven days, right? So we have to create that based on the market research. We have to give you what you actually want. Now from that, we will say, all right, fine. You can't just come here and party because there's no legacy, right? You have to take you into the nook and crannies of Jamaica so that you can identify, you know, or connect with your roots, right? So what Brit Jam does is this whole entertainment framework is aligned to the person's interest and their personality. That's why we have so many parties, right? We don't expect each individual to attend all parties for the whole week or the entire period, right? Those who want to go to the museum can go to the museum. Those who want to go to church can go to church.
So those are all factored into the program.
They are programmed. They're on the itinerary. There's a list of things that you want. People will choose to highlight their interests. And if you're engaged in something that you really like, you're going to show off. You're going to boast, right? So you will see pictures of people enjoying themselves. Right?
Now that's very interesting, and I want to tap into the issue about the diaspora, not just of Jamaica, but the essence of people within like the UK or from like Africa, the Caribbean, and other nations. Do you see that as a prototype of other things to come? Because Americans will go to the Caribbean for spring break, but that is really a party thing. They are not Jamaican, but what you're dealing with is something which is British ancestry or Jamaican ancestry to Jamaica. Would it be something like African ancestry to Africa as well? Is that something happening around?
Listen, this is really not a novel idea.
Yeah.
And we're not reinventing the wheel, but we can put alloys on the wheel to make the wheel look a little bit more jazzy, don't it?
Yes.
Right? So if you have this interest in going to Africa, we can facilitate a program going to Africa,
Yes.
right? Not necessarily under the same name,
Yes.
right? But the concept is easily transferable across
Yes.
borders,
Yes.
and that is what we want. We want people to connect
Yes.
to the roots, because you know, where we live in a very diverse community,
Yes.
and if you're not connected to your roots, if you notice what's happening in the UK, SYLBOURNE, a lot of people might be having so many aggro, because guess what? They have lost their culture, they have lost their heritage.
And how does Young bring that into play as well?
All right. No, Young
Y-O-U-N-G, yeah.
Young has what we call broken the stereotypical mold. Youngsters on a whole, once they're out on the street, they're branded. They're idlers, right? You could be the most talented youngster, but once you're with your friends outside on the street, you're an idler. So Young, our mandate is to have youngsters develop holistic, right? And from the holistic development, we look at what their talents are, and we highlight their talent. We put them on the world stage for everybody to see them. Give all of them an opportunity through workshops. So we have speech, communication workshop. We have health workshop, well-being.
Where is that happening?
That's center in my hometown,
That's
Monique.
in Jamaica?
Yeah, that's in Jamaica. Right?
And does that link with in the UK as well?
And that links directly in the UK because jamming does support that.
So that's where jamming kicks into play right there.
Jamming kicks into play
Everything
right there.
entwined, and now how do you bring the multimedia aspect of, because I think it's like everything, you're like this, what should I say, embryonic form where so many shoots are coming from, if anything. Is that how does the marketing and the IT bit kicks in there?
All right, first of all, if one of those youngsters, they like playing music, the IT platform is an internet radio station.
That's for them, yes.
Yeah, we have got that. It's called Things Radio.
Okay.
Right? So the young, they will cut their little skills, and mainstream radio will hear them. And more often, recently, one of our young DJs, this Jux, have been interviewed for one of the top radio stations in Jamaica. I'm coming through Young. We use football as one of the hubs to get the youngsters in, because get them going. Two of our youngsters are playing for the Jamaica national team. The under-21 team has boasted talent coming through the organization. Right?
Is that Usain Bolt? Because I know he's always going to play for Manchester.
Oh, come on, Silver. No, Daniel Roberts. He's highly scouted right now, right? And Zephyr Jackson.
Yes.
They're highly scouted. So we're looking at and there's so many of them youngsters. They're skilled down to their socks.
It's very interesting because the bulk of your work is in various aspects and developmental growth. What do you see then as the impact? What should I say? A fundamental impact of your work of KHORI. Because I'm trying to dig in a bit. What would you say is the fundamental impact of a doctor? And I think I see it, but you say
it's coming as soon as I enroll in that PhD course. Right, guarantee you can go with the doctor then. You're
the doctor, man.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, SYLBOURNE, for giving. SYLBOURNE, when the youngster get called up to the national squad, that's reward. When you have 150 youngsters passing through a summer program, and out of the 150 youngsters, right, who people have stereotyped, 150 of them go to church. That is reward. That is progress.
Now tell me, what do you see then? Are you trying to say then that the youths of today are somewhat being marginalized, somewhat being demonized by virtue of stereotypical thinking? and you are also the person who's trying to fix that, like the doctor?
Sometimes the youngsters create the stereotype. They are the ones to be blamed for that stereotype, because as one person said, you know, youth is wasted on the young, right? And until they have something to fix in their older age, right, then they would realize that, hey, oh man, I should have done this when I was younger. Young is there to say, hey, avoid the regret, right? Avoid that. This is what you should. I think it's a good path to be on, because you can't really put them on and let them stay there. You have to just guide and mentor, right? So once you identify the talents, your weaknesses, right, and the pitfalls, you can start mentor, and you can start channel.
I want to go back to what you mentioned a while ago about the youths at the same time, whereby we talk about, when I asked a question about demonizing or whatever, and you said the youths are also part of the problem. They created themselves. What if I say then it's because of the lack of leadership or the lack of fostering parents and leaders within the community that allows that to happen? Because they need direction.
It's systematic leadership, right? And if a leader is allowed to be in a particular system, SYLBOURNE, who you think the youngster's going to follow?
Follow them.
So if they're portraying demonic traits, who are they following?
Which is relatively.
It's relatively, it's relative. Who are they following? Who allow that to come through the system? You know, who fly the gate, so to speak?
Yes.
Right? Those are the things. So we're looking at choices.
Yes.
Right? Choices. Do you follow this and possibly end this way? I'm not saying that not every child or youngster who goes through adversity don't make it, you know? Because a majority of the cases, SYLBOURNE, you know, the great stories, are those who have gone through adversities, right? Look at me. Let me tell you something, SYLBOURNE. I was born with a gold spoon in my mouth, right? Because my mother put it there. She worked hard. And you know what that gold spoon is? Love of God, right? And trust in Almighty, and He will provide. That's my gold spoon, SYLBOURNE. Now, I wouldn't say I had it hard growing up, but majority of those in my family, they being teachers, right? I see where they have to work hard and sacrifice. They, you know, a lot of times they go without to make sure that me and my cousins all have, right? And that now drove me to say, hey, I am going to be an example for any youngster to follow. So what I did when I was in my teenage, I started a computer business, right? And at that time, computer wasn't really popular in my community, my hometown, but I realized that the people in my hometown need to know about computers.
Yes.
And I had a friend up the road who had a computer. I didn't have a computer at the time, and I said to her, you know what, can I borrow your computer? And I tried to teach the community. Now, the first student I got lived 1.5 miles from where I live, SYLBOURNE. And you know how the monitors used to be back in those days.
Yes.
I used to take the monitor and the mouse, not the mouse, the keyboard, and the mouse in those days, and I walk 1.5 miles with that, and I walk back. How many miles that? 3 miles. Then I took the processing unit, the system unit, another 1.5 miles. Set it up and I teach. If I get any money, I dare not jump on a taxi because I won't have any money leave. And I do that religiously. And I save my little money until I was able, you know, to amass what you call the credibility, right? You know, as a very proficient IT person in the community. And then, you know, contracts keep coming left, right, and center. So that's based on
that's based on like a passion and a drive. Then
passion and a
that's
drive.
what drives you. So then, because you undertake so much projects, which I can see, one could consider you maybe like a human conglomerate. Words putting it there. What words of advice would you give to someone that looked at you and say, I like KHORI, I like what he's doing, fascinated by that he's at jamming, Brit Jam, he's involved with the diaspora, he's actually going to Jamaica for this diaspora organization, for this conference. What advice would you give to a young person wishing to do the same?
Put God first. And I don't want anybody to think that is so cliche. Yeah, it should be a rule of life, right? Put God first. And the second, each one help one, right? Because we're missing the brotherhood and the sisterhood, and I would say equality in how you deal with humanity, right? For example, women need to understand that they are the fabric, right, of any generation. And too often they squabble about who's highly paid and who's not regarded left, right, and center. That bickering needs to stop because the youngsters they're seeing it and they're absorbing it, right, and they're taking it into their own home, right. So I could sit here for another half an hour or so.
That's very interesting, and it's very captivating just listening, because a lot of persons talk and they talk and they talk and they don't act. And even though you have done so much, and somebody would say when they do jamming they say what next, and they do Brit Jam they say what next. But I'm going to ask you what next after all of those, or what next? Why are you doing those? What next for you, KHORI? Even though you're a youngster.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for the vote of confidence in youth. What next for KHORI Hyde is to embark on allowing everybody to understand that they have the it factor. And that it factor is the ability to change their own circumstance.
I like what you say, the it factor, and that's IT.
Yes.
It factor.
Right. Vision 2030 for Jamaica, you know, it's not far off. And we have to get going. If we have a passion for anything, we have to get going.
So therefore, when you go to that conference, in the diaspora conference, what's that message that you're going to be giving or delivering on behalf of the young people? I'm
speaking on a specific topic, right? I'm handling tourism and entertainment. And what I will be taking to conference is a community development and sustainability. And that is linking with Jamaicans overseas or carrying people overseas? It's linking with the diaspora, right? So that when they do go to Jamaica, right, they feel they're already there. It's trust. So my message to conference is, let's build this trust. So therefore it is the same then. Once you go, you know. No. No, super. You're not doing that. If you love Jamaica, go to Jamaica. Okay, that's you have changed it. Yeah, no. Oh, you have changed. That's KHORI Hyde's thing. That's KHORI Hyde's. Right, and if you know me, I've got the prescription for a lot of things. Okay. Right. If you love Jamaica, go to Jamaica, because Jamaica is under this stereotypical umbrella where crime is there, and employability for the youngsters are down there. This massive disparity. Need to balance it up, we need to bring the elements that are working for Jamaica in the mix, right? Because the negatives would always be more amplified. Well, there's there's a Governor General of Jamaica, I think it's the present one, that says, what is wrong with Jamaica can be fixed with what is right for Jamaica. I support that 100%. And also that is also what is wrong with someone can also be fixed with what is right with someone. Before we go, KHORI, what's your quote? What is that word, that revolutionary term that you have that drives you, motivates you, that you share with anyone, whether it's yours or of someone? What is that quote? A made-up mind is a made-up mind. A made-up mind is a made-up mind. Yes. You know what I thought you said a while ago? I made up mine. I made up my quote. So I thought I was waiting for it. But what you were saying is that a made-up mind is a made-up mind. Man, that's powerful. Listen, KHORI, thank you for joining us. Please be cool and relax your mind. And let me tell you about the SYLBOURNE Show. Yeah. Can you just plug that? Give that plug. Give that plug what you were saying a while ago. You just give a rap tune or something like that. Plug it. Please be cool and relax your mind. Let me tell you about the SYLBOURNE Show of mine. First in line, SYLBOURNE's presenter, KHORI HYDE, sitting as a guest. That's all right. Yeah,
Okay, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard that? First time on SYLBOURNE Show, KHORI HYDE rapping. KHORI, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, SYLBOURNE.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. And for more information on KHORI, visit our website at sylbourne.com. Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, SYLBOURNE TV. Thank you for watching and catch you next time.